Shit, baby, what's up? PRES, Skipper in the PRES, episode 1.
How you going, bro? Missed ya.
Miss you too, brother. How you feeling? We'll get to the origin stuff, actually. We'll finish off with the origin stuff. Let's start off with, go all the way back to 2 weeks ago where the legend of the PRES started. Again, another grand final win, brother. 2 from 4. How'd you feel pulling up like on the day, the celebrations and everything all to go with it?
Yeah, it's a bit of a different feeling, I guess, with everything that's happened this year. We were very fortunate enough to be in a bubble in the Sunshine Coast, and I guess that really brought us together. You're hanging out with guys that you don't usually hang out with, not because you don't like them, but you might live in different suburbs and they might be an hour away, and they got families as well, so it's hard to find time to spend together. So I guess so when you're in a bubble, you're hanging out with each other in the team room a lot more, playing video games, playing table tennis, playing all these kind of games and cards. So it was really good for us. Yeah,
because you spoke about that a fair bit. So that must have been really big for you boys. I know being in a group chat with you, a few of you boys in the card gang, and we got lucky enough to see a few of the videos and celebration every now and again when you got a chance. And me and I used to say all the time how close she's looked up there, and it looked like we were jealous, like we want to be part of it.
We're more than welcome to be a part of it, Scope. You can come back and run from on, mate.
Yeah, baby. Ask Bellyache if he needs a little train and trial this year. Scope's ready to come back. Look, he's in the kit now, about to get after it.
Does his best work late, the Scope.
Yeah, you know that, baby. What about the celebrations? Because they've been a proper giggle as well. Obviously, a few of the pictures have got around, a few videos. The cheese has just become iconic. As you know, I was up in Byron with the boys. Cheese put in a really big effort, and you put in a big effort yourself. Who was your MVP?
Sorry, mate. Someone's bloody some noise over there.
That's all right.
It's all good now. Sorry, mate. Yeah, say again.
Yeah, so with the celebrations, with the grand final celebrations, obviously you've been paying attention to social media. The meme getting around of you. The cheese has been doing his best up in Byron, as you know, from a few FaceTimes. Who's been your MVP for the celebrations? You can't name yourself as well.
No, it wouldn't have been me. Even though I would love to have been me. I think Jesse Bromwich and Brendan Smith are up there. They had a big crack in Byron, as you would know.
Yep.
But yeah, it was just outstanding. Some of the boys won their first premiership, so some of the boys went really hard in the first night, and then we carked it on the Mad Monday. But no, it's just a great feeling. Like you said, Jam Cheese, he's a funny man, and some of the stuff he comes out with when he's blind is pretty funny. So he's always going to be a wish list for me if I ever want to drink again.
Yeah, how good. Going back, just quickly going back, I wanted to touch on the grand final because me and you spoke. I spoke to you earlier in the week, and we had a little chat about the game plan. I won't get into too many of the details, but the way the first half played out in particular, were you shocked at how you were going into half time? And it's probably a complete opposite to what happened in the Origin last night, where you're on the other end of it. Like it felt like Penrith had a bit of momentum, but then you quickly racked up those points, and the game was all but done up until probably the last 5 minutes. They give you a bit of a scare. So run us through your thoughts going in the first half, getting to that big start, and then Panthers starting to crawl themselves back.
Yeah, well, look, Scope, as you would know, probably this 2016 and 2018 where it still hurts. We didn't really start well, and that just showed on the scoreboard, and it was very hard for us to come back and get the points. Kind of similar in the Panthers game, we just started really, really well. We got the 50-50 calls, which we're fortunate enough with. We got to take that, I guess. But, yeah, I guess just the way the boys started, our forward pack and Pappenhausen, obviously Clivey, the way he played.
He was unreal.
Outstanding, yeah. He was a great player, and, he was one of the reasons why we obviously won that game. So I've got to say thank you to him for that. But, yeah, just a whole well-rounded performance. Everyone just got down and dirty and just done their job, and then we needed to start well because obviously with the Panthers winning 17-18 on the trot, you know what they're like, and they got big things to come. They're such a young squad, and it's the scariest thing to hear and see with all them only around 22, 23 years of age. So big future. Yeah,
I feel like you two might be playing in a few more grand finals in the next couple of years at some point. Were you getting a little bit nervous in that last 5 minutes, especially when you were down to 11, like in that last set?
Sure.
What was the chat like in the in goal line?
Oh, mate, you should hear what I said to Smithy. I told Smithy to go short.
Did ya? Yeah, that's actually not a bad play.
Short
so you can just get up, try and knock it out. Yeah.
Try to knock it out. I'll just get the ball. So they don't give them time to shift the ball. And Smithy looked at me and goes, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, no, shit idea, mate. Just kick it long."
Shit for me.
I shit myself. He looked at me.
I'll wait till I'm skipper before I start calling that stuff.
He literally gave me the look at me and goes, looked in my soul and said, "Man, said get fucked."
Yeah,
I'm not kicking short. That was pretty much his idea.
Yeah,
and I was like, "Fuck."
I've had that look before. What about a lot of the people that follow us know that me and you love getting after it on the horses as well. How'd your Melbourne Cup Carnival go? And have you got a winner for us today in the Oaks?
Yeah, it wasn't a great day for myself. I obviously backed Tiger Moth with you. It was just missed out by what maybe a nose or a head, but come on, Hess, the lucky bastard, won 40K on that day.
How much did he have on it? Did he just have the winner or the try? Ooh.
No, he had the winner and the try.
And so obviously he loved it too. Did he tip it to the boys or did he just keep it to himself?
He reckons he tipped it. He reckons he tipped it to the boys, but mate, to be honest, I didn't hear the tip. So, Bailey Will Chambers texted Ben Hunt as well, saying it's a massive chance, and but Honey didn't pass it on the dog, but
that's just not,
was coming home hard.
Yeah, it's not good. Well, both those two led pretty much the entire way, didn't they? And just kept on kicking. It was a tough day for us, as you know, too. I think we FaceTimed a little bit later. We're in a bad way at the Brunswick, so we had an awful day. But what about in the Oaks today, brother? Is there anything you like?
I like a bit of a value bet there. I reckon Personal's a massive chance.
Knock off the favourite.
$6.50. No, I don't like the favourite. I reckon Personal at $6.50, and it's also $2 a place as well. So juicy odds. Double your money.
Beautiful.
Shut your lips.
Love that. A little bit of jam. A little bit of Skipper and PRES jam.
Shut your
A few of the punters have been asking for the PRES tips after we just went on a run to start the SBC. But I said, the PRES has got some big things going on at the moment. He's going into a grand final. He's going into Origin. I said, we'll just leave him alone for a little bit. Once the Origin season's done, I think we'll have to come back to the PRES and start getting his best, eh? Huh?
Yeah, no, I love the sound of that. When are you going to come move to Melbourne, Scope?
Oh, I'd be that keen, mate. I'd be that keen. I'll have to speak to Ice and see if we can do a few Zoom calls where I'm still doing the podcast from down there, Skipper and the PRES down there.
Come move in with me, mate. It'd be outstanding.
I'll be keen as. What about so just quickly too, we'll touch on Origin 1 last night. A lot of people wrote you off. Even with the great Messiah, Wayne Bennett coming into camp. Run us through that game. Obviously how it started again in the first half where you were on the back foot, but sort of come out of the blocks in the second half and just a bit of a clinic in the second half, to be honest.
Yeah, I guess obviously with Wayne and that, he obviously is very mellow and he gets around the boys and has a good laugh and plays cards with everyone. And he sits at the back of the bus and loves hearing all the stories the little boys toss up. So
I've heard that.
Yeah, he loves it, mate. Loves getting around the boys, and he's a bit of a larrikin himself, mate. So it's good that he's obviously calmed the whole group around. There's obviously a lot of debutants in the group, and they're obviously nervous. So he calmed their nerves, and you just showed last night how good they could go, which was pleasing for us. And yeah, we obviously didn't start well. We just didn't kick well. Didn't get to our points. Like I said, I was rushing my kicks, and I wasn't getting great kicks away, and they were pressuring us. And obviously, I was trying to get a little bit frustrated there. But in the second half, I just went back to a clear mindset and obviously completing and kicking to our corners and just beasting up. And we obviously put a lot of pressure on them, and they made a few mistakes, and we were lucky enough to capitalise on that. Yeah,
capitalise on that. Try too, babe. What's up?
Oh, the beach sprinter where?
You got lucky. You always stay in humble way, baby. Say less.
Nah, I got lucky, bro. I do.
Yeah, well, because we started off the Origin Companion before we got pulled by the NRL. We'll have to chat to them and see about how we can get on for game 2. But during that first half, I felt like you and Ches in particular, we end up watching. Obviously, you boys touch the ball so much. You was like really getting involved and getting your hands on the footy, which was good. Looked like you were trying to lead the way, but you sort of maybe feel like maybe trying to do too much and then just let the game play to you. Is that how it played out in the second half?
Yeah, exactly. I guess we tried to shift the ball a lot more and try to play too lateral in the first half. We were trying to get the hands in the ball and trying to move their middle around. But, it's like, to have big games like that, you just need to go through the middle and tie their forwards out. And then that's when you bring your little men in the middle and show with Brimson and Ches and Gags. I reckon Gags was man of the match on last night. He was outstanding. And, I guess that just shows where this team's at. Everyone wrote us off, like you said. And, just got that hunger and from those young boys, just because it was their debutant game, just shows where they're at. And if you put a bit of confidence in some young blokes, it just amazes you how well they can go.
Yeah, it's going to be so good for a few of those young blokes and coming down in the next couple of years. But Gags in particular, like you touch on, he had a really good end of the season for the Rabbitohs. But whenever he puts on that maroon jersey, fuck me, he goes to another level, eh?
Oh mate, another level, and it's so funny. Wayne's obviously his coach's house, and he had a bit of a giggle in the sheds after the game. Says, "Fuck me, Gags. Why don't you wear that Origin jersey underneath your South jersey?"
That's why he's the GOAT, baby. That's why he's the GOAT.
That's why he's the GOAT. But I just want to say, I think there's big things to come for Xavier Coates too. He's an athlete, mate.
Hey,
big things to come.
He looks like he's a bit of a hybrid. This is my pick on him. He looks like a bit of a hybrid between Jarrell and GI. Like he's like that, got that body shape and that Mongo strength in the best possible way. He looks like he's going to be a real player, bro. And I seen him get interviewed after the game, and he looked that happy and he looks stoked to be. He had a tough season at the Broncos, obviously. So good to see a young guy like that get his chance and do well with it, eh?
Yeah, exactly. He's off contract at the end of the year, so I've been in his ear.
He's next year?
Yeah, I've been in his ear. I'm trying to come and bring him across.
Hey, doing a few of LeBron James, baby.
Little LeBron James.
Get in the All-Stars and start recruiting. All right. Hey, thanks for that, PRES. Thanks for stopping by, brother. Skipper in the PRES, episode 1. Love you, baby. Get after it, game 2.
Thanks, brother. Thanks, Cope. Thanks, Skip.
See you, baby.
All the best, boys.
See you, baby.
Say less, baby. Say less.
What's up?